Bart Heitch back here at Supreme Courts, week 4 of our play dates. You can follow us at S Courts Gville. We are joined today by Rebecca Davis, coach at Moody, the Lady Blue Devils, coming off their first area championship, first playoff appearance in 20 years last year. And then also by Tori Piles, star player. She kind of does everything for her team. But Coach, if you can just speak a little bit about these play dates. You said you've played numerous games in the last few days, and these early morning games might be a little tired here and there. But what do you like about these play dates and what it brings for your team?
Well, I mean, for us, this is a little bit of a drive for us. This is about an hour and 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. But we came here looking for competition that we're not going to get at home. You could stay closer to home, you could do all that, but you're going to see the people that you're going to see all season. We were glad that we see different styles, because especially like around the city, it's very much run and gun, get it up and down the floor. You come up this way, more North Sound Mountain, it's much more fundamental basketball, running your offense, running disciplined defenses, and that's what I know that we're going to run into come the playoffs. And so I'm hoping, I know that's way far ahead for our kids, but I'm hoping already seeing this style will prepare us a little bit more during the season.
Excellent answer. And so Tori, you're going to be a junior. Everything kind of goes through you, but could you speak a little bit to what parts of the game, what do you feel like are your strengths, and what is Coach expecting you to do and be as a leader this year? Your strengths, and what is she expecting you to be as a leader?
My strengths would be driving and getting the ball to the goal and finding my open teammates. And then I think my coach expects for me to have good communication and help my team and build them and make them better.
Well, you actually, I'm sorry, someone interrupted you, but you did that out there this morning. And it is difficult, Coach, sometimes. They've been going through this but you were hard on them today. Which I'm a huge fan of, especially early in the morning. You may get into a state championship situation or a regional situation as you progress in the playoffs, but you may have to play at 9 o'clock in the morning. A lot of people don't realize that type of stuff. But so this area coming up, 5A, Leeds, St. Clair, Springville, it'll be competitive. What does your team have to do between now and November to prepare themselves going into Christmas and getting to that area slate?
We have to be more complete basketball players. We have a lot of kids that do one or two things very well, and that's their niche, and we try to highlight that. But at some point, everyone's got to be willing to take the shot. We don't have that right now. We have kids catching the ball wide open, looking for Tori to come get it from them. Yep. We have kids that stop on the other side of half court and stop dribbling because they're waiting on Serenity to come get it from them. And we've got to become more complete basketball players. And I only kept 10 this year. I've never done that. I've never had less than 14, but I only kept 10. And my focus is going to be all 10 of you have to be competitive all the time. All 10 of you have to be able to score all the time. All 10 of you have to be able to trap and play defense all the time. We can't just be looking for someone to come and bail us out. We graduated a good bit last year. And so other than Tori, these kids on our teams this team this year, they've never had to be the girl.
Right.
And so we've got to mature. And I think that's the big thing for us to be successful. I have about 6 kids that have to grow up a good bit between now and November, and definitely between now and February. But if they can do that, I think we're going to be just fine.
And different teams that I played on throughout the course of years, it's very difficult when you're the young buck and then you've been playing, and all of a sudden your Road Dogs, your running mates leave, and all these new players are coming in. So sometimes it's hard to get everyone involved. But Tori, if there is, we always focus on strengths too, but we always like to talk about weaknesses as well. What is that weakness in your game that either coach wants you to, or you've got to get better at that will help your team get better? Oh, there must be something, folks. What is it, Tori?
Using my left hand.
Using your left hand. What are you doing this summer to do that?
I got to practice it.
Well, the offhand, and we're big believers here in just double the time. We say double the time. Double the time on the left as you have on the right, or triple time, whatever you want. But it is about getting in the gym. Coach, so the expectation. We mentioned the area, first time in 20 years. What is the expectation now as people start keeping their eye on Moody Lady Blue Devil basketball?
It's like I told them last year, you don't want to look 5 years down the road and you're hanging your hat on, well, one time we made the playoffs. And that happens all the time. Well, last year we did this, or 2 years ago we did this. This is a new season. Nobody cares about last year. It's a great accomplishment, but that means nothing going forward. It's a great starting point for us, and that's what we're looking at. That is our new standard. Once you do it once, that should become your standard. And so, anything for me less than an area championship, anything less than making the playoffs, if we're not sitting at the Sweet 16 in February, I think we'll be disappointed. They'll be disappointed. We have a lot to work with. We're young. We have one senior. This is her first year, even in our program. So, we start a 7th grader. We're starting freshmen. We're starting 10th graders. Tori's a junior. Kendall's a junior. So, we're still young, but that's not an excuse. We've all played enough.
Experience.
We've all had enough experience that our age is not going to be an excuse for us this year. And so I'm just hoping that they don't, like I said, I'm just hoping they don't hang their hat on, hey, one time we were good.
I love that.
I would like to be good more than one time.
So these pieces are coming together. This is a very pivotal year.
Yes.
It will happen, I'm going to predict, before you will get to that regional, before you get out of high school. But what would it mean? What would it mean this year to you and your teammates if you're able to get over that hump and get up to Jacksonville and get in the mix? What would that mean?
It would mean it would show that we're good enough to be able to do stuff. Because usually we're the underdogs, and people don't think we'll make it that far. So if we can make it, it will show people that we're actually good enough to get there.
She's got fire. She can play. Culture's changing at Moody. Lady Blue Devil basketball. Keep an eye on. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Tori.
it.
We look forward to seeing y'all soon.